What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's June 29th, 2021. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. It's Princes of the Apocalypse time. Last week we had a break because of my intestinal fortitude was weak and stuff like that. So we're picking up where we left off 2 weeks ago. The characters have let's do a preview. No, not the party sheet. Party stuff. Desert Valley map. All right, so we're gonna show you where you guys are at. You guys have traveled up the larch path into an area that was described in detail and directions given to you pretty thoroughly from Thurl, the leader of the Feathergale Spire, aka the Air Cultists, provided you directions to this place. And so you guys came over here and tried to become initiates of the monastery, and they refused you. And then he went around and you kicked the side door in. And you met their special guest, Renwick the Lich. The Paladin Samster's brother, actually, is who it is. Brother is a paladin, and other brother is a lich. That's usually how it is with good brothers, right? One's nice, and the other one's like a paladin. You know. Anybody got that? Oh, that was funny. One's nice, and the other one's a paladin.
Well, I kind of tripped over it first. But yeah, I caught up to it.
It was delayed. It was delayed for sure. And so that's where it takes us. You guys came into the monastery through the side door over here, and the lich was in this area over here. So you guys went around, and the area by to the left of the door that you guys came in,
Are you looking
there
at him?
was. Yeah, I'm kind of talking to the stream more than anybody, but might as well point to the black area on the map for you. Is that how it's working?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there was no map.
At least we know we're on the right map, if we see your little pointers around there.
Yeah, so this area down here, there's a couple of doors to get into it, and there was like a straw mat, and you saw people tumbling and karate chopping and doing stuff like that. And Gorgio, thanks for the resubscription with your Prime membership. I appreciate that. Yeah. Dojo, karate chops, martial weapons on the walls. You kind of peeked in, but didn't open the door very far because there was obviously people moving about in there. And then you came up here. You listened at this door over here, and you didn't hear anything. You went down the stairs, and towards the north end of the map, there was a garden with lifelike statues out in the garden. A couple of them were monsters with wings, and some of them were people and stuff. And you don't know what's behind the door over here. Somebody got a question? I heard something. And you came in the room that you're in now, and these are bubbling brew. They're making a very potent. Well, it is very potent at the moment, a brandy, and they're bottling them in brown bottles and putting white or red wax on them, so they're like Maker's Mark brandies or something, But they're still very fresh, so the brandy's not very good tasting. They need to soak for a while. And that's pretty much it that you guys have done in the room so far. I don't think you guys took a rest or anything. So I see Soleil's a little wounded because he was fighting with the monks in there. That's about it. So what do you guys want to do? Why don't you tell Rufiel, played by Maticuri. Why don't you tell us about Rufiel? You there, Matt?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. Rufiel is an Asimar who has been a member of the Harpers for some time, and he kind of works as a healer. Though he's not a cleric or particularly religious, but he likes looking after people and keeping his party members alive, and is not a very good spy.
Not a very good spy. Well, that's yet to be determined.
Right.
He got hung up on a pillar as an initiate, so you were close. You were close to becoming a spy.
On the way.
On the way. Caesar, tell us about Jangling, please, sir.
Yeah, Jangling is a Eldrin elf, and he's a young Harper agent learning the tricks of the trade. Very new to adventuring. He's really just out on his first foray into the world from Red Larch, where he grew up, and yeah, he's learning a lot of things on the road and in real life. Still on baby watch. If my daughter doesn't go into labor tonight, they're inducing tomorrow, and I will be a grandfather.
For the first time.
First time.
Gray whiskers like that, and you're just now becoming a grandfather. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I just turned 51.
That's how I got mine.
You got to buy yourself a Santa suit now.
Wow.
And it's a boy, so we already know that.
So you're going fishing. Sven, tell us about Soleil.
So Rufael is an Asimar, and Soleil is just an ass. Especially if you ask Lumina, his brother. Just trying to get along in the world. Got my great sword, and every once in a while, some wild magic things happen around him, and I try to not let my rage overtake me and attack my party members. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Marbania, what do we know about Pinch?
Well, Pinch kind of reluctantly came into service to the Harpers. He's a Harper agent. He's not really a Harper. They probably wouldn't have him. He tends to get into a little too much trouble, and maybe he can be a bit of a nuisance. He's your typical halfling, but he's very inquisitive, and he's finally found a group of people that he can connect to, and he hasn't felt that way since running the streets with a bunch of halflings and little halfling kids gang in Luskin years ago.
Halfling Kings Gang. So him and Jangling are probably making some bonding since they're both leader of a kids
Well, we
gang.
will when we get to the city and make us some good money.
Well, Valtrex, tell us about Lumina.
Yeah, so Lumina, he's got kind of mixed feelings about this, adventuring stuff he's doing right now. After his adopted dad died a couple sessions ago. Um, of course, he's still looking for his sister, and he's not going to let that go easily. Um, he would make a terrible spy because no one believes anything he says when he tries to lie. But he might be able to sneak into places now and again.
Spying's not always social. You don't have to be social to be a spy. Kind of
Yeah.
helps, but all right. Well, so a couple of the bodies finished falling on the floor from you guys kicking the monks, kicking their ass, and you kind of explored the room a little bit. Hey, this is Brandy. Look.
Yeah. Mm.
And you guys there's like the Lumina's up on top of those barrels, and he kind of hops down off the barrels, and you see one of the barrels. It starts to like shake and vibrate, and there's a it starts to kind of hop up and down a little bit, and the lid pops off of it, and out pops this monkey.
I knew
And
it.
you see these two long tubes he lifts up on each shoulder, and he's been saving up for like 2 weeks this poo, and he's got poo bazookas, and he's like kaboosh, kaboosh, and he launches a bazooka ball and hits Pinch and Jangling simultaneously, knocking them off their feet because the poo is so hard, like a super hard cow plop. And that's Clyde, the poo slinging monkey. Yeah. Brought to you by Ingorgio in the chat. Yep, spending his hard-earned chat rewards on flinging poo. Stop the music. My stop all button's not working. Oh, there it goes. So I've been pushing it.
Blood's
Pushing
like,
it.
man, it's been 2 weeks. I'm gonna fucking make some noise for a while.
He's been saving them up in canisters and making poo bazooka torpedo.
Well, thank you, and gorgeous. We always appreciate it. Yeah.
So what are you guys thinking? You're Pinch has got he came in and closed the door, and he's listening. He's like he looks around. He looks a little nervous because while he was out in the hallway, he heard that the karate chopping and the martial arts stuff in the room that you guys kind of went around had stopped.
How many things of brandy did Pinch and I get?
Oh, I don't know. How many do you want? There's like dozens of them in here, I think.
I want the one.
Piles
that's
of firewood
brandy
are stacked neatly against one wall of this room, and 4 large copper kettles stand in the iron frames above iron fireboxes. It's got copper tubings and long coils. Several wooden casks stand at the south end of the room, and the shelves on the eastern wall hold scores of brown bottles sealed with red wax. So scores, 4 scores
Grab
ago.
oldest ones and get an Illumina to put in his.
Yeah, like the
Hold
oldest
for me
one
in
were
his-
like yesterday or something, you know. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'll just fill up like whatever extra space I have in my bag of holding. Take as many as I can.
Oh, yes, I have a bag of.
Wow, you're gonna fill your bag of holding up to 500 pounds. You know, if you like get a bug that flies in there, it's gonna tear and everything's gonna spill into the astral sea, right?
Yeah, probably not that close. We need a little bit of wiggle
fly,
room.
like you open the bag. Well, it's pretty full. Oh shit!
At that point, you just put your hand in it and you'd overflow it.
You're right. Well, no, your hand doesn't overflow because your hand doesn't pop up on the inventory of it.
Oh no!
Maybe if you had 500 pounds and you were rooting around, it could be a tear.
Oh yes.
Your hand goes flying in the astral sea. Yeah, so I don't care however many bottles you want. I mean, I'm kind of imagining their maker's mark bottle size kind of thing. So what do we got? A liter. So you can figure what a liter weighs and fill her up. How much are they worth? Let's see. Actually, they don't even give a price yet, so you have to treat them like the Evermead in Call from the Deep, Valtrex. Remember the 2 or 3 cases of the.
I
you
do
guys
remember
ended
that.
up making pretty good money on those or something. It was, I forget what you guys ended up getting for that.
Well, didn't we just give him back to?
Yeah, but I think you kind of had a reward given to you because of that. It was like pretty nice, whatever it was. All right, so you listened at the. Oh well, I don't know. Are you guys gonna go out the door? I got it locked, I think. Let me unlock the door because Pinch is probably not locking the door. I don't think he locked the door.
No, I've got to get back to the right map though. Minimize, thank you. So is the door locked?
Well, it is if you want it to be.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. There was people coming this way, and somebody said lock the door, and I came in and I locked the door, like they said to do, because they told
Well,
me to.
you're the one who heard that the fighting had stopped in the other room.
Right, right, and I believe Soleil said lock the door, and then he goes, "Well, I meant the other
Yeah.
door."
Yes, exactly.
So I locked
That's a pretty
this.
good. Did you just watch the stream, or you remember that from 2 weeks ago?
No, from 2 weeks ago. I just came in from work, man.
Damn.
I'm 2 hours south of here for
Damn.
4 days. So. Ginkgo Bilboa.
Yeah. So Pinch is like listening at the door, and you don't. It doesn't sound like anyone's out in the hallway. Do you want to give me a perception check? Are you gonna take a little time at the door and like listen really long?
Yeah, if we're real quiet,
It's like, shh, hold on a second. Let's see if we can hear something.
Shh, I have
Quit
disadvantage
clanging
on
them
this
bottles.
because in Gorgio bought me disadvantage. So in Gorgio, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend my inspiration point and cancel that disadvantage, and I'm going to have advantage too.
And you
So
know,
there
since you remembered that thought from 2 weeks ago, I'm gonna give you inspiration for that.
well, shit, it was slighted. It made it funny. I'm like, yeah, that's sorry.
Yeah, but you remembered it. That's the inspirational part right there. Not that it was sad. I mean, that was funny that he said it, but
Are you making it that I remembered it because I normally
yeah,
don't remember anything?
no, that
Oh,
it was remembered at all. I mean,
okay,
not just
all right.
you.
All right, perception here. Even straight up roll, not very good.
Advantage and disadvantage, an 11. Yeah, so you don't hear anybody out in the hall.
Be quiet. Gotta be real quiet. I'm gonna crack the door and peek outside.
All right, let's see.
Stealthily. I probably should have rolled in a tower, but whatever. Stealthy.
All right, so yeah, so you open the door. You can see out in the hallway. There's a door directly across from you.
Mm-hmm.
And the hallway goes to the left and to the right.
But I don't see anybody.
Nope, you don't hear anybody either.
Okay, I'm gonna pop out here, take a look, see. Sneaky.
You do hear like the fighting has started back up in over here in this room.
Okay.
And,
It's almost come on. Are we going this way? What was that? A little door or a window of some kind?
yeah, there's a little window over there. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
kind of boarded up. A lot of the windows are boarded up. The place is in repair. What do you have dark vision or do you have a light source? Pinch.
Oh, is it dark in here? Let's see. What do I have
Well,
on me? Got fright and sneak attack on. I would either if there's no light source, I would at least have the glowing dagger thing on. But I can see everything.
Yeah, why do you have a light? Why do you have a light? Why can you see stuff then?
That's a good question because I don't have anything on me. So something's not right. Didn't we have an issue with this map 2 weeks ago?
This whole thing is in blackness. There's no torches or lights in here at all.
There are a few light sources here and there.
There, I'll put a dim light on. Let's see if that. Maybe this is just memorized. No, it wouldn't be because it would look like this up here. That's strange. There's no light source out here in this hallway.
It looks like there's some. Ambient light mask I got turned on or something?
Maybe one of the updates that Super Teddy did. Maybe he added an ambient light.
Who's Super Teddy?
To the Princes of the Apocalypse?
Oh no, yeah, he was doing rhyme, not
Yeah.
Princess. Yeah, I don't know.
Enable, disable lighting. Yeah, see, it
noticed-
does have a light source in there.
Yeah, because it's changing colors when whatever you're doing, slightly changing colors.
Oh, turning the lighting on and off.
Yeah, it's kind of beige now, and then it goes to a washed out gray.
That's the dark vision. It's like it thinks you have dark vision.
Well, right now I should only have dim light in a 10-foot radius, so I should only barely be able to
Let
see
me,
him.
I'm gonna take line of sight off of you guys and see what happens. You're gonna lose your old line of sight, is what I'm hoping. Where's the stupid button at?
Line of sight. Oh, yeah, it's right back the way it was.
Alright, whatever.
Why don't you unshare the map and reshare the map with us?
That was my question.
Somebody made a cool little unshare button. Oh, works like that. Same.
Oh, maybe there's some lighting in the hallway. Let me look. Turn the lights on. Yeah. Wow, there's lights everywhere. I don't see one in the hallway though.
So if I take this light source off of me, if I step into a darkened area, I should know it, and I'll have to. That's cool. I'll have to apply the light source. Okay. I'm just listening. If I hear people coming, I'm darting back towards that door and hiding again. I don't want to be caught out here.
So what do you move over to that door and listen, or what are you doing?
Well, I'm looking down this way right now.
So you do see you see two doors, one here and one here, and then a door at the end of the hallway, and the hallway turns to your right. And there's a little bit of light down that way.
Well, I'd like to. Tokens aren't locked, but I'd like to come down here and maybe peek around the corner just to make sure nobody is outside of these rooms in the hallway.
You peek around the corner, and you see two more doors, one at the end of the hallway and one to the left.
There are so many doors that Pinch wants
And
to
you
open.
see
Completely confused.
a little bit of light coming from a window over here. You think it's a window? Shining in, just a little bit of light.
Oh, right.
Right over
there.
here.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't want to get that far away from the party, and he does not want to make a decision. He's confused. There's too many doors.
It's the doors
He's like, all right.
All right, what's the rest of you doing? Pinch kind of went down the hallway. What are you guys doing? Are you waiting in the room until he comes back?
Slowly stepped out of the
So he comes back. He's got his hands up.
doorway.
He's like, what are you doing, Soleil?
I stepped out into hallways, looking, keeping watch. Step around the corner, see what's going on.
You can hear the commotion in this room still. Yeah, wah, yeah. Maybe a voice here and there, you know, like again, you know, like instructor voice.
Pinch walks
Female.
up to Soleil and he goes,
A loud female voice. Yeah.
You're going to have to go in there and take care of that. We're going to have to go in there here before long. You are. You know what's going to have to be done.
We aren't here to kill everybody. I say we just keep looking for what we came here for.
All right.
Try some of these other doors.
Point to one.
So Soleil come up here and then listen at it.
You don't hear anything.
So we'll step aside and wait for pull out his greatsword.
I'm going to check it, see if it's locked. Look for traps first. Like a little investigation, which is probably not very good. Oh, I'm proficient. Yeah, I'll take advantage of that.
You thoroughly look at this door, and you can easily tell that it is not trapped, and it isn't even locked. And it doesn't look like it's a very secure door, you know. So you open up. It's a large
dining room table.
What's that, Sven?
I'll tell it to believe in itself, and it's doing a good job. We can't see through him. You can be secure.
I'm 100% cover. I'm 100% cover, the door's saying to himself. This large room contains a wooden table with 4 chairs, a small working desk, several macrame wall hangings. Macrame? Yeah, macrame. Macrame wall hangings and a single pallet on a low stone shelf set against the west wall. To the north, a barred window looks out over a walled garden.
Check the desk. Always check the desk.
The desk has got some writing utensils and some ink and quill. There's some papers. Some of the papers go over like purchases of food supplies and stuff for. It looks like stuff for running the monastery.
Looks like the quartermaster's chambers,
Kinda, yeah.
Kitchener.
It's not just kitchen-y stuff though. It's like everything, And then you can see in one of the drawers of the desk, there's some. Looks like some evaluation on some of the initiates.
Employee evaluations.
Oh, Pinch has to rifle through there and get some names and commit some names to memory just in case we need to use this.
He's like, oh, look at this. Random name generator number 1.
Little
Random
Johnny's
name
been
generator
bad.
number 2. Hey, this guy's name is Snigger.
Is there? I didn't catch it if you said there was something on the table. I'm looking at the table. Is there anything there?
Yeah, there's like maybe a dirty dish or something on the table.
Jengling's checking under the bed just because.
The bed's like nicely made up and tight. There isn't any tables or anything around the bed. It's just kind of like on a stone pedestal, like a straw mat, a blanket, and a pillow, all nice and tidy. Doesn't look very comfortable. Like the straw mat's like super thin, So it's like an ice block. And somebody put a straw mat down so it's not so cold, maybe. You don't know. There are probably some changes of clothes in here, and they look like they're for a female monk. Like robes, whatever these guys have been wearing. But female, shapely.
Do I see anybody moving around in them gardens outside?
Pinch comes over to the window, puts his nose to the windowsill, and looks out. You don't see anybody moving. A bird or something might fly by or something, but none of the statues appear to be moving. And you're a little bit higher up here, and from this perspective, Pinch, you can see that the garden's pretty unkept, except for, people seem to be walking around in it. There's footy prints all over the place.
All right. Is
But
there
the
still
garden's not like, no one's looks like they're harvesting anything out of it. It's kind of overgrown.
pretty much a big zero in this room? Jangling, what do you think?
Empty. It's empty. There's nothing in here.
Not even any crumbs on this table, is there? Nope. He looks around the floor and by the chairs. Nope. Dang it.
Did we check down these stairs yet?
Yeah, those
Yeah, that's the one
stairs
that led
opened out
outside.
into the garden.
Into the garden. Okay.
Yeah.
So to remind the listeners at home, what is it exactly that we're looking for here?
Tess.
Well, a couple of you are looking for Tess, a family member. I do believe Rufiel has been instructed to find the the cultists' keeps that are supposedly above ground, and try to clear them out, and or report them back to the Harpers. Get information. Find out what's going on.
And the two people that we killed, were they clearly air cultists?
You don't think the two people you killed were today?
In the
Didn't
brandy room.
Well, they wouldn't have been air cultists here.
Ground
So, no.
cultists. Earth cultists. Yeah. Earth.
Were they any kind of cultists at all?
They got masks on. I think that's how you determine that they were cultists. They were wearing like gargoyle masks and like cultists.
Okay. All right, I'll listen at this door.
Give me a perception check. You listen poorly at that door. You're like, I don't hear anything.
All right. So I'll open the door.
All right, the door swings open. Oops.
So I'm going to go down the steps.
And yeah, you see steps that go down. Pretty nicely carved steps, like old-looking steps, but nice. So you guys are gonna go down to the next level. Let me get that one loaded up, and yeah. So stone stairs descend 10 feet to a landing and turn and continue to descend beyond your sight. Several large. Oh, that's not the right stairs. But they do turn and go down the stairs. Let's see.
So remembering from, I'm no dwarven engineer, but I can remember where we are. Are we now going underground?
Give me a stone knowledge roll of sorts.
Stone cutting.
Survival? Do you have any extra in like underground knowledge or anything?
No, just a simple fact that if I walk in at ground level and then go down, I can assume I'm underground.
Well, not so much necessarily, because you went upstairs to get to the first floor. Remember the stairs outside? So you could be, at ground level maybe, or maybe a little bit underground. Because it was like a 10 to 12 foot hike up the top steps.
Okay.
10 to
Split
12
level
foot hike.
home.
That's what I was checking.
Yeah.
Cool. Looking for windows too.
But when you get down here, it does look like it's like underground caverns. It's not like nice stone structure.
Cool.
Let's see. Oh, I was dragging tokens. I'm just going to pull you guys over here real quick, and then you guys can rearrange your tokens. And I'll share the map in a second. All right, if I drag all your tokens down there, and then you guys say, let's go upstairs. I'm gonna kick your ass. All right. So let me unlock your tokens, and you can get in the order you came down the steps. And Soleil, there's a door up ahead. And let me see. You hear deep voices coming from the other side of the doorway as you approach it. And
I'll motion warning to them.
My little dagger, I pull it out and boosh, light it up about 10 feet around me. Because I couldn't see anybody.
And the voices are large voices, and they are speaking in Mandarin. No, let me look.
Okay.
Orc.
Mandarin.
Do you understand any
Say
Orc?
Deadlands. It's Mandarin.
Orcish? Yes, I speak Orcish.
According to this NPC sheet, the language is called Orc, which is wrong, is it not?
That's wrong.
It should be called Orcish.
Mm-hmm.
And
maybe it is Orc because it's not showing up on my list. Hold on.
Oh, is it just Orc? Orc.
Yeah,
it is just
it
Orc.
is just Orc.
Oh. And you also hear a grumbly voice in Giant as well too. Actually, a couple of the grumbly voices in Giant, but the loudest one is an Orc, and then a kind of a mix in Common every now and then. But you can't quite make out the conversation because there's a door blocking you.
So I'm going to motion everybody to move back a little bit, and then I'll say them they're talking in Orc and Giant. And for the record, in all the years I've been a player with Drake, this is the first time I've ever had a language twice in the same campaign that actually worked in
I think you've never had one once, much less twice. Like,
Is that in
back
character?
back up, get back.
I don't know what to
Can't
do.
be a coincidence.
So could I tell them what they were saying?
You like put your ear to the door and you're like, shh. You giving me a perception check on the dice tower because I don't want you to know that you succeeded or not. So you can make out that the deeper orcish kind of guy is bragging in orcish to two or three craggly sounding voices in Giant, and they're kind of mixing Common and Giant and Orc and Giant together. It's all a big confusing conversation.
So I'm going to gently test the door to see if it's unlocked. I'm not going to open it. I just want to test it to see if there's a bar against it or a lock that pushes against it.
Let me take a quick peek here. It is not locked.
So I'm going to make eye contact with everybody, make sure they see me. Like, ready. 1, 2, and I'll open the door.
All right, well, that's going to spark one of those lovely things called initiative. So select all PCs, initiative, request roll, and we've got initiative. As you swing the door open, let me drop this encounter on the map. Fire it up. And Soleil, you get to go first. That's like perfect. So you see a couple of smaller ogre-looking guys and a really big ogre guy. And what does this guy back here look like? I think he has an image.
Looks like a samurai ogre.
Yeah, he's got like armor on and stuff like that. He looks like, I'm gonna just show it to all you guys. When you can see it, you can see it. It looks like that. And they all turn as the door opens. So what are you gonna do?
So I have my greatsword out, but I'm just gonna rest it on my shoulder with one hand and walk in and I'm gonna say, "This is where we get our robes." Just gonna walk in, move over a little bit.
So you come in and you're like, "Hey boys, you thirsty? Do you like pull out something or show them anything or?"
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my I have my alchemy jug, and so I got my greatsword in one hand and my alchemy jug in the other.
All right, give me a deception.
Well, for the record, I'm not really deceiving them. I'm
Uh,
here if they don't want to attack. But where is it?
you're trying to
Or
pretend to be their friend. That's deception, because we know you're not.
I won't kill them if they don't attack me.
The ogre looks at you. That's kind of standing there in the middle, and he looks back at this guy back here, and says, "You know them," in common. And the guy in the back turns and says, "Ugh, you give pass," and kind of looks at Soleil.
I'm gonna take the dodge action. I'm just gonna be ready to respond if they attack.
And the ogre that's standing next to you kind of turns to you and looks down at you and says, he's kind of got a great club leaning up on the well over there. Looks like he was washing up or scrubbing himself. There's a couple of brushes around, pile of dirt all over the place. He looks at you and says, "I like drink, but you have to give pass." And he looks at you staringly and kind of glances out the door and sees Lumina standing there. He's like, "You know pass." Pinch.
It
So I'll
doesn't
respond
sound
in
like they're
giant. Hand him the thing.
All
Here,
right.
beer. That pass?
Pinch isn't. He's gonna hold an action. He's gonna move forward, kind of hide up behind his door, and just continue to listen. If something comes through this door that looks hostile, he will attack it. So I'm gonna ready an action.
And you have what, a short sword out?
Got my dagger out.
Your dagger. Okay.
That's the only light I've got, so I can only see. I can't even see anybody right now on the map, and I know I got party members around me.
I just turned on your player view, so
Yeah, so I can't see. But if it comes through this door and it looks hostile,
you can
I'm
dimly
stabbing
see
it.
a little bit around you. Jangling. So you can see this
Yeah.
ogre, and he's like, he looks a little confused. He's got like a brush in one hand. You see his great club leaning up.
Yeah,
He's like,
Jingling's just gonna like radiant action in case he tries to attack Lumina while he's in, or Sela while he's in there, and he's kind of gonna wave at the ogre and give him a little blow him a little kiss.
what are you ready? What spell are you concentrating on?
Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at?
Cantrip?
Vicious mockery. Yeah.
So you ready vicious mockery, and he kind of cocks his head a little at you, because he can see you kind of mouthing something. I don't know what vicious
I blew him a
mockery
kiss.
is it verbal? Mouth
Yeah.
something, but Lumina.
All right, Lumina will he had his bow out and like an arrow knocked, but now apparently we're gonna try to talk to these guys. So he will step up and like to the door and reach into his bag of holding and pull out 4 more bottles of the brandy and say, "Yes, I have a pass for all of us right here."
And I'll pass
He's
for
the
all.
ogre smiles. I'm assuming you're saying this in common, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The ogre smiles and looks back at the guy that was talking earlier. He says, "They have brandy." And this guy is kind of kneeling down next to a pallet, kind of straightening some stuff up. You see him stand up, and he walks over to get a little bit better view, looking around the ogre, and he says, "You have pass. You can drink with us. You have no one escorting you." He's like, "We have to smash if you can't give pass." And he looks kind of confused a little bit, but he raises his axe anyways, his great axe. And
I'll say
you see the
escort is in the bathroom. He'll be down in a minute. Have a drink. We'll pass through, and you can talk to him when he comes.
all right, well, when it's your turn, you can use action if you wish to try to persuade him. The 2 Orogs, the other one of the ones in the back, kind of stops what he's doing and he stands up and he comes over next to his buddy. He's like, whispers something in his ear. Rufiel.
Rufiel is going to whisper or come up behind Lumina and say, maybe a few more bottles of brandy would do the trick. And then he's just going to take the dodge action.
All right, so the other Orog kind of steps up over here, like up on his pallet over here, picks up his axe, just kind of nonchalantly, like not threatening with it, just kind of picks it up and looks back and says, "Commanders say you'll give hand pass." You got a sign. Not brandy. And he kind of licks his lips. And he looks at the bottles of brandy. Changeling?
Yeah, Jengling's gonna keep that vicious mockery prepared. Still waiting to see what happens. I'll move up a little bit. Right to
You
about
can
5 feet behind
apply
Lumina.
ready spell to yourself if you like. So if you get hit, you could drop it because of concentration. Slay. All right, give me
I'm gonna
a
take a quick.
persuasion for your
Okay,
trying
I'm
to
gonna take a quick
convince them.
swig of the beer, hand it to the ogre, and turn to the orc and say, what sign he show you? And I see if it's the same as the one he showed me in orc.
Yeah, give me that
And here's your persuasion.
persuasion. Yeah, give me that persuasion. Let me let's see what this guy. What's that? Intelligence? He's kind of insight is intelligence, right?
Inside is
wisdom.
wisdom.
Oh, it's wisdom. Okay, let me give him a wisdom check here. Let's see how he does. He does have a -2 to it, so kind of helps that. So a 3 minus 2 is a 1. He's like, he like, his big belly hanging out. He's like, he rubs his belly, he scratches himself a little bit with the brush, and then he goes, he goes, you shall ale, and he does this, and then he reaches for the ale. See what I
I'll
do?
say, Lumina, show him the password. Show him the pass.
And the Orog, did you give him the jug? He reaches for it.
I was handing the ogre, but if the ogre didn't take it, then I'll give it to him. Yeah.
No, the ogre. That's who I'm talking about. The ogre.
Yeah,
This guy.
I took a quick swig and handed it to the ogre.
Yeah, so the ogre grabs it and he's like, "Oh, nice! Glug, glug, glug." How much can he drink out of it? How much beer does it give, or did you have it on ale?
5 gallons or something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at 1 second.
20 gallons of mayonnaise.
Oops. Hey, it's fermented mayonnaise.
Beer is 4 gallons.
Beer's 4 gallons. So he starts chugging on this thing. He's like,
And I'll be like, hey, beer for all. Sure, come on, come on.
Rufiel, what are you doing while he's
Rufiel will
starts to drink on it?
come on up and I don't think he could see. He could see the ogre. He couldn't see Soleil. So if he saw the ogre make the sign, then he would kind of do the sign as well.
Yeah. The ogre's not really paying attention to you right now, so he's kind of got this little jug up, I guess to an ogre it's probably like the size of a coffee cup or something. He's like pouring it out in his mouth.
It just never runs out.
Well, I mean, it's only been like 2 seconds, so.
Yeah. So I'll walk up and it's like, brandy? We're drinking brandy, right? Who's got the brandy? And I'll take the dodge action again.
I guess the two in the back can kind of see you a little bit, right? And he's like, they look and they kind of nod. They start nodding. You see the ogres start nodding. Lumina, what are you doing? You got your hand out like, you're doing the...
Yeah, I make the sign, and then I step into the room and say, "Oh yeah," and start passing out the bottles of brandy to each of them. Like I'll just go around and hand one to each of them.
All right, so go ahead and move your character where you want to be.
All right, so
They yeah, they don't stop you, so they're like, and you hand one of them a bottle of brandy, and they, Commander, they give sign, and they have brandy, still warm. Right?
Promise
It's
we
right,
can it.
still warm for being in that room, anyways. So you get that the commander is the Jirth guy, this guy. Jirth. Yeah, so they're like, hey, we get brandy. Let's kind of give you a little player knowledge going on. Suddenly the tokens turn yellow. I don't know how that happened. You're like, hey, what's going on? And I'm gonna actually take you guys out of combat because you've turned a potential combat encounter into a potential not combat encounter by giving the sign. That was a good idea.
That classics, man. I guess that's classic, man.
So the ogre is gonna consume a gallon of your beer, and he stops and he kind of wipes his mouth off and he hands the jug back to you. Then he stops for a second and he goes and gives you a big old burp. He's like, "That's good beer, yum." And then he dunks the brush into the water and he starts scrubbing his privates. Continues cleaning himself, not paying much attention to you guys. So I've unlocked the tokens, and so you guys, are you guys gonna ask these guys any questions or anything? What are you thinking here?
We're looking for a friend. Did friends come this way today? Since you eat last?
Me. Who are you asking that to? The ogre scratching his balls?
No, I'll go over and talk to the Orug. See if he
Jar
wants some of the beer.
Jirth? Jirth's like, Jirth's on duty. Only drink brandy.
it's very responsible.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
Good thinking. Friends come through here today?
Jirth has no friends.
People like me? And he'll point to the...
People that give sign? Yes, people that give sign come through today. But they have mask on. You know have mask. Why you know have mask and other ones give sign have mask?
Mine dirty and stinky. I don't like to wear it. Makes my face sweat. It's really hot. So I don't like the mask.
Oh, and why give brandy today? Never give brandy before.
We very happy with Jirth. He does a good job.
You reward committee?
Yes.
Jirth get promoted. He like commander. What's above commander?
Boss commander.
Boss commander. Jirth get promotion. Boss commander. Me get more stripes. And he shows his sleeve and he's got some slices from his axe in his flesh. Me get more stripes.
Yeah, go ahead and give yourself another stripe there, buddy.
All
You earned it.
right, sup? He chops himself in the arm. It's me, boss commander. He's like, oh!
Others with masks, they go this way, and I'll point to the north, or that way.
Sometimes. And he smiles. Both. Sometimes neither. Sometimes
Today?
that way. Sometimes. Oh. There's no history of way people come for DM to tell you, so we no care.
All right, so I'll look to Lumina and sort of sign which way he wants to go.
Yeah.
I would say the majority of the people go that way.
All right. Yeah.
He would at least know that.
This way looks
Mostly
more
they
more
go
used.
that way.
Yeah, this way looks
Well,
more
now
used. Let's go that way.
the door's a little more used. Yeah, you could tell that too.
I'll hand the jug to Rufiel. You want beer with us?
Of course. I'll pull out my little travel mug and pour a little bit into it. Drink, sip it real
The
carefully.
collapsible.
Yep. Oh, it's a Tucher glass. It's like a Tucher glass. The beer actually is cool when it comes out. It's like a beer should be, like 40 degrees. It's like nice. Or colder. Germany, like, they serve beer at room temperature. I'm like, yeah, but room temperature in Germany is like 40. So
It depends on the room. Keep up good work, Jerth. Anyone come, no give sign.
I
Smash.
bleed pretty badly now. Me go fix. The arm's dangling. He's kind of got it down to 2 tendons. No, I'm kidding. So which way are you guys going to go? To the north?
So I'll wipe off the top of the jug now that Rufiel touched it. Shh. Ogre was fine, but I don't like
Oh,
Rufiel.
yeah, the ogre had it like... You see him scratch his balls and then he brushes his teeth a little. The same brush. Spits it in the water that he's rinsing it in.
All right, and I'll go and I'll open this door.
All right, so you see a hallway, a rough cut stone, and it goes left and right and continues down, and you see a door at the far end. You can tell that these have been, mined, rough hewn mine tunnels, and you see that they've been shored up with old timbers, and kind of around some of the timbers and growing on some of the walls, you see some weird fungus or some kind of lichen that cling to the walls in places. And there's a soft like breeze that kind of moans through the passageways. As you guys come in.
You asshole, you shut me in there with them damn
There is no I don't think there's any light sources down here. Let's see.
Hitch kept running into the door. Damn it.
Yeah. I don't see any light sources. Or I didn't get this far yet, putting lights, maybe. It could be the thing, because this is an old one, and they didn't go back to Princes of the Apocalypse and put lights in yet, so.
Well, it's also on the ground. There may not be any down here, but I'll say.
That's what I'm going with. There is none.
See Lumina, and I'm sort of looking at Janglang when I'm saying this. You don't have to kill everything.
All right, but next time, if you're gonna count it down, at least like, I don't know, don't burst into the room and try to
Then
talk.
have a party.
I know he made that whole plan and then talked himself out of it.
I had my bow ready and everything, man. I could have shot one of them and ended your whole plan.
Don't worry. There'll be plenty to shoot, I'm sure. I'm going to listen to this door.
Hold on 1 second. I got trying to get a little ahead of you guys and see what's going on.
Guys,
Doors
guys,
leading
where-
into these doors are made of like when you move up to them, they're like green and kind of dusty looking, but you can tell that they're made out of bronze. The doors are not like the rest of the doors.
So like the green is like the corrosion, the copper, corroded copper. kinda,
tarnished.
Yeah. Tarnish. Thank you.
The tarnish.
All right, so I'm not going to put my ear against it. I'm just going to put it really close. See if I can
Oh,
hear
that's right.
anything.
You said you're trying to listen in there. Yeah, you don't hear anything.
All right, so I'll watch Rufiel, see if he's done milking his beer yet. Little sips.
No, I've still got about 3/4 of the cup left. Starting to get a little tipsy.
I think I can feel it, guys.
The brandy is kind of like, pure grain alcohol at the moment. So they're like,
Brandy, I'm just drinking the beer.
no, that's what I'm saying. The ogre, the orogs and stuff may have the the intoxication effect if you guys come back in a little bit. So they might be a little easier to deal with.
So again, I'll make eye contact to everybody, make sure everybody's ready, and then I'll open the door.
All right. So when
I'm
you
sure that
open
was
this
Soleil's
door,
master plan.
you see. There you go. Thank you. This barrel vaulted chamber is obviously an ancient crypt. Niches along the walls hold dozens of old skeletons, some with scraps of barrow cloth still clinging to their bodies.
I'm going to hold my sword and step forward.
Alright, so let's do this right here. As you guys start to move in and start to kind of look around, some of the niches start to wiggle, and let me get rid of these guys that are in here. And throw these guys in there. As we have some zombies jangling. So these zombies like stir and kind of come shuffling out of these niches against the wall. I'm gonna put them back a little bit, like they're getting up. You see them kind of rising up. If you speak zombie, they're saying.
I think odor absorbing leggings might be one of the better descriptions I've seen from that extension.
He's got like socks on that have like stick-ups all over them. This is a good place for a stick-up.
Jangling's going to move forward a little bit to here and give Soleil a little bit of heroism. Give him a little
Nice.
speech, little pep talk. Put that one on. One
refreshes at the beginning of my turn, do I get the 3 hit points now, or is it at the beginning of my turn?
Now, I would say when he casts a spell on you, that would be my. I mean, I'm not reading it, but as an immediate interpretation, we can say if now.
Yeah, it says at the start of each of your turns.
Oh,
But it also
So-
says just flat out you gain the temporary hit points.
Yes.
Oh, only
Yep.
at the start of each.
At the start of each turn, yeah.
there you go. The caster has clarified.
So, and I'll just end my turn right there.
Yeah, because Soleil's got an 11 for initiative, so it could come into play. It could. Rufiel.
Rufiel is going to use his last sorcery point and twin a sacred flame on these here.
These guys prone? They says they're
Doesn't
laying there, and they have a. Does it matter? Okay, good. Smack them up. One failed, one succeeded. So probably the back one. Yeah, the back one's the one that failed. 3 points of damage.
A little bit of radiant damage.
Doesn't even register it so much. Like see the smoke coming out of his leg, and he's like, oh. Lumina.
All right. So are these guys prone or standing up?
Let's just say they're up enough that they're not prone. How's that?
All right. Sounds good. So I'll go ahead and throw. Let's see. Do I still have Hunter's Mark active? Did we? We must have taken a short rest or something because I don't have Hunter's Mark up. I don't remember.
I don't think you used Hunter's Mark on the two guys in the brewery.
Maybe I didn't. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a shot at this guy without Hunter's Mark.
I think you only got one attack off in the brewery.
Probably, right?
Well, he's not very dexterous, so he's like, "Arr!" And so you hit him right in the chest. He's like, oh, he looks down at the arrow in his chest. He's like, kind of pulls it out with a big chunk of meat, and he looks at it, and he kind of hands it towards you. Ooh. And he starts like walking towards you with it.
Yeah, I'll step forward and take it from him. Can reuse it. That's great.
He doesn't look like he's. He doesn't quite look like he's gonna hand it to you. It looks like he's gonna try to punch you with it.
I will step forward actually just to provide a little bit of cover for the more squishy members of our party.
Yeah, you step in front of Jangling specifically and look at him. Right? And go,
Rufiel.
squishy? So this zombie's gonna, he kind of had his feet on the ground already, so he can just kind of start shuffling towards you, Lumina, and he's like, "Ugh," and he raises his hand up, and he's like, "Ugh," and he tries to slam it down on you. And
So did you say they were prone when they started?
No. They're
Okay,
all
so
kind
we
of.
can't see them. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're all kind of just raised up and set their feet on the ground as you guys moved in. That's about all they could do. So that guy slams you with his fist. So he like slams you in the shoulder, doing 3 points of damage, bludgeoning type. Soleil.
All right, so seeing everybody, the three of them and the three bad guys over here, I'm gonna step forward with my sword out.
So when you kind of move that direction, you get a better look at this sarcophagus right here. It's like very detailed sarcophagus, stone carved in the image of a noble knight with a long white beard, and you can see there's a inscription on the sarcophagus. The lid is closed on it, and you can see there's the inscription. You can't make it out from where you're at, but you can tell that there's writing on it.
All right, and so I'll give the whistle for warning, and then slice into this straight mutton chops.
Just like everything looks dusty, like where these zombies and stuff were. The sarcophagus is kind of gleaming, as it's kind of way cleaner and not all dusty and mold and lichen growing on it. Straight mutton chops gets hit. 10 points of damage. You like break his rib cage open. He's like, he looks down.
I'm gonna slide over a little bit so I can keep the sarcophagus sort of in my line of sight. So at least Lumina will understand that something's up here.
So Mr. Stick Up, aka Odor Absorbing Leggings, he's like, come run. He says that in zombie, which sounds like go. And he kind of lumbers as fast as he can over to Lumina, taking a dash action to get there. Straight mutton chops kind of swivels and gets off of this, completely off of this sarcophagus, and takes a backhanded swing as he spins around at Soleil with his hand. He's like, connects right up in Soleil's jaw. Spittle goes flying, and he loses his gum he was chewing on. As he takes 3 points of non, and the gum kind of flies up in the air, and then he catches it back and goes, "I've got heroism." As the damage is absorbed. I don't know how heroic gum chewing looks, but you just did it. Pinch.
Come on, Pinch.
Pinch can't see shit. Where Pinch hears Soleil's voice at? Fighting.
Oh, Soleil sounds like he's kind of like that direction around the wall that you're up against. But you hear combat like right in here somewhere. There's like you see some.
Well, I'm moving forward until I can see something that I really don't know what the hell.
So you like squeeze behind Rufiel. Excuse me, pardon me. You like cut up the edge of the wall there, and you squeeze between the whole three of them here. You're like, hey,
hey guys, what's going on, man? And I still don't. I can hear Soleil fighting something, but so I get to hear and kind of hear something where. Like,
you definitely can hear zombies like right in here somewhere.
I can't see anything.
They're right there, man. What are you waiting for?
What?
Open your eyes.
And I'll like point right in front of
me. And you hear Soleil's voice back behind you over this direction. Somewhere.
Just pointing all around. Okay, so he moves another. Let's see, that was 15.
Well, if you want to use an action and do a perception check, I can tell you more details. But
now we're fine right here, I guess. Pinch is like, well, I can smell it now. It's right here in my face.
He shines his light up. Oh, there's one! As he comes around the corner on his dagger. He's like, here, hold this. And he sticks him, and it gets dark. He can't see anything now. He pulls it out.
Nice.
And the light kind of glows, and you can see like a shriveled up liver stuck to the end of his dagger. This kind of goop running down it. He's like, kind of some flies come off of it.
Bonus action, try to flip this. No, I'm gonna bonus action. Think I was in a better place right here.
He like flings the liver at the zombie and kind of steps back. Yeah. Runs.
And if I can't see them, they can't see me, right?
Right.
So
it's like some zombie livers and rotten onions stew. Brittle. So Brittle's like, me come closest to zombie noise make, oops, alt, not shift. And is gonna come fumbling, bumbling this direction, taking his dash action to get there. Dash action. Whoa, it's kind of a tongue tire. Ugly footwork is kind of the opposite of Kevin Bacon, and does not do very good as he does some ugly footwork this direction. Singing foot loose, everybody foot loose, but comes stumbling out of the corner in the darkness, and doesn't have to dash, and kind of does a little pirouette and kind of swings down at Jangalang with his fist. And Jangalang gets hit across the shoulder. Boom! Taking some damage. 4 points, 5 points, and succeeds on his concentration check by what? By I guess 2. And that's his turn. Brassy lip hair. Still got like lip hair.
Like my high school sweetheart.
He kind of slips off of the and moves right towards the guy that blasted him with radiant spells. He comes, just kind of slams into him with like both of his fists and his head and everything, tries to body check you. And you dodge out of the way, and he ends up over here, up against the wall. He's like, ugh, provoking an attack of opportunity from Pinch and Lumina as he goes flying into the corner.
Somebody provoked from me?
Yeah, this guy right here.
Oh, I didn't see him until just...
Right. If you want to use your reaction. Lumina does.
Who is he? Certainly. Might not have to.
Of course, I crit on an unarmed strike. That's fantastic.
Okay.
So you trip him. You help the momentum as you trip him, and you hear his ankle go as you kind of kick his feet out from under him. And Pinch turns around and just jacks this guy right into the gut. And yes, you do get sneak attack because it's not your turn.
What? I get sneak attack?
It's not your turn.
It's not your turn. Once per turn. So it's the zombie's turn, so you do get sneak attack.
You get sneak. You can get if you had like 4 reactions, it would be deadly. That's not bending.
That's totally your table, man. I'll take it.
So Pinch just like the thing, like he like spins around, and Pinch just takes his dagger and just like guts him all the way around. His guts spill out, and he kind of pours into this corner over here, like because his top falls over, and then his bottom follows, and his guts kind of pile up into the corner there. Some flies and bugs kind of buzz out of the decaying cork, and Rufiel's like, oh, and kind of fanning him with his wings, not really doing anything.
He hit him so hard that it killed odor-absorbing leggings too.
What? Did I have 2 of them targeted?
You get 2 of them targeted.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's why it rolled. Like, why did I have advantage? I don't.
Odor absorbing leggings took how much damage?
He had 5 hit points left.
There you go. Good math guy. All right, so he is not unconscious.
And I'm gonna clear target.
He throws up though because he saw his buddy get, gutted. He's like, oh, Brassy lip hair. Did he go? Oh, that was his turn. That's the guy that's in the pile there. All right. Down arrow. Top of round 2 is Soleil. And let's do
All
a
right.
10-minute break. Let's do a 10-minute break.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Sounds
Top of the round. We're gonna do a 10-minute break. Everybody's gonna get a refill on their beverages and fried chicken livers.
Fried chicken livers and onions. Mm-hmm.
If I ate liver again, if somebody said you have to eat liver, it would probably be fried chicken livers. I mean, I could stomach them, but I'm not having a big old slice of cow liver. Not gonna
I don't
do
want no gizzard though. It's like chewing on an inner tube or
it.
something.
Yeah, it's like crunchy. It's like a Snickers. All right, let me start a timer over here. We're gonna do 21, 38, 38, and start the timer. A little over 10 minutes. We're gonna be back. I'm gonna put on the slideshow and some music. So we'll talk to you guys in a minute. Get a drink and then come back. See you. All right, we are getting it to the table. All right, everybody's back. You know, that's a wonderful thing about being on camera. I don't have to do like ready checks. When's the last time I did a ready check? I just say, let's do it. So Soleil, we left off, and you got a couple of zombies in your face. One of them's already beat up a little bit. You already did some chopping on him.
So I'm going to still keep my eye on this sarcophagus to the side and just plant my feet and just swing, leaving myself open to attack, but making sure I hit this guy.
Well, they're not very protected, so hitting them is not that difficult. Doing 11 points of damage to him. Not enough to drop him, though. Lumina, you've got two of them in your face as well.
Yeah. So Lumina will pull out a short sword, hold his long bow in his offhand, and just try to stick this zombie right in the chest.
And even with a 3, that still hits. As he just stands there and looks at you, stab him. He's like, "Ugh, that doesn't feel good." As you do almost the minimum damage, but that's enough to drop him.
And
you could not have killed him. You know, there's no way you could not have killed him.
which is lucky because I rolled so low. Yeah, I'm done. That's it.
You like pull your sword out of him as he slides to the ground. The one next to him looks at you and looks at him. He's like, "Ugh." Pinch, you can see like this action kind of going on underneath Lumina's legs.
I see Lumina kind of stabbing at this thing, and I'm gonna take a step forward, and because I can see nothing, and I'm zombie hunting.
Pinch comes up and he sees the one laying on the ground. It didn't get back up either. You know, sometimes you guys have fought zombies, I guess, and have you guys fought zombies? Party? I don't know if you have.
Yeah, underground with that guy.
Yeah, in that cave.
Oh yeah, the
in the cave.
necromancer guy. Yeah. They kept getting back up too. So you kind of suspecting these guys might, but that one doesn't. You're like, "Ugh." So you kick him in the foot, then you turn next to him, and there's one standing next to him. He's like, he smiles at you. He's like, "Ugh."
I gotta look down here.
His jaw falls off.
Order absorb. Okay, he's unconscious because I can't see any of the indicators. They all look like they're standing on their feet to me, even if I click. Yeah.
He's
Let's
dead.
see. Corrupt walk. I'm looking at the he's alive, and ugly footwork is got. I don't know. Is he?
Oh yeah, you got two of them. You got one over there that Jangling just got hit in the head
Right.
from. He's like,
So
Jangling's
free
backpedaling
action
a little bit.
Free action. Pinch draws his short sword out with his left hand, and he's going to take the dagger to this and make sure I only have one. Yes, thank you, Metacury's combat
So
target indicator.
Pinch kind of comes rolling out and steps kind of in front of Jangling a little and shoves his dagger at this guy, and he connects to him, like stabs this guy in the carotid artery. He just looks down, gooey blood squirts out and gets on Jangling. Jangling's like, ah!
Yuck.
Pinch will take a short sword in his left hand that he just drew out and offhand into this dude.
So he kind of rolls back across, pulling his dagger out. He spins around and swings this short sword and hits the other one in the kneecap. You hear it like do the bone steel ring as it breaks his kneecap in half. He's like, straight mutton chops is he's like, he picks up his arm off the ground, and he uses it to club at Soleil. Kind of walks forward, and half of his leg crumbles as he falls against the sarcophagus. With advantage, slips and hits Soleil right on the top of the foot with his own arm, and doing 3 points of damage. But he heroically taps his way out of the attack. I don't know. Tap, tap, tap. That's a Sammy Davis or something. As he absorbs it heroically, corrupt walk. Looks down at his kneecap, and he like tries to grab it. Pinch's short sword as he pulls it out of his kneecap, and then he looks at Pinch, and he just kind of tries to jack him right in the nose with his fist. As Pinch kind of looks up at him. And he connects right in Pinch's nose. He gets punched in the nose, taking 6 points of damage. Pinch's nose just like, you can hear it go, and blood starts pouring out of it. He's like, man, my nose. Rufiel.
All right, Rufiel doesn't like these things, and he really wishes he had sorcery points, but he's all out. So he is going to cast Sacred Flame on the one by Jangalang. And hopefully
he succeeds.
Do nothing.
He's still doing his Kevin Bacon impression there. It's his turn too, and he's going to look down at Jangalang. Hold on 1 second. I had to wipe my hand. Trying to slam on Jangalang again. He like does another swing with his fist like he did the first time. Try to hit him in the top of the head, and he does again. He's like bonk and barks him in the top of the head. This time, Jangalang bites his lip as he gets slammed down.
I want to use cutting words to minimize this damage.
Go ahead and roll a d6. So 4 points less. Wait, is there a save? Isn't there a save though?
No, not for cutting words.
Still failed on his concentration. Yeah.
That would reduce the damage. So, what was the concentration check?
You rolled a 2.
Yeah, you rolled a 2, so it was a DC 10. So yeah. 4. Yeah.
Yeah, but 10 was the damage, right?
The damage was.
No, we did 7 damage.
7.
Oh, 7.
Damage 7. Jangling concentration. You rolled a 1, which was a 2. Yeah, you still lost concentration on it. But you only took 3 points of damage, right? Yeah, so you can give yourself 4 back, and you bit your freaking lip though, but not as hard as you thought. You didn't bite the tip of it off. You just bit it pretty hard, but not enough to keep you from casting spells and stuff like that. Jangalang, and it's your turn.
Yeah, Jangalang's gonna hit this ugly footwork guy.
He turns around
with my rapier.
Sticks his rapier right into his gut.
Yeah.
And
then Jangalang's gonna move.
Jangalang hops over and flings a piece of the liver at Pinch as he runs over to the corner. And what do you say?
Take that.
Got some onions?
Brittle is over here on Soleil. So Brittle is he's
Here
gonna
comes
try to
Engorgeous with the custom reward unknown for the next bad guy who is alive.
advantage. Ooh, advantage. All right. So this zombie does a two-fisted like downwards like shoulder smash onto Soleil, and let's see if he can hit him. And he does because of the advantage, and slams down on Soleil. Wait, did I? Yeah, it still would have hit. Ouch! For maximum damage, 7 points of damage on your collarbone from this brittle bone. You can hear his bones crack when he hits you too. Like you think it was your collarbone, but no, it wasn't that hard. Pinch.
Well, buddy, it's me and you here. Mr. Corrupt Walk. Shouldn't be walking around like that. So take that. Max damage. Almost.
How come these guys are all failing their deaths? Failed to resist death. Why is DC at 23? Oh, well, that one because of the damage. But they all just sucked.
Yeah.
I guess it's working.
Yeah.
So, Lumina, do you see anything?
Wait,
I heard
Pinch,
some clashing around.
you definitely can fling an organ if you want.
Follow the sounds. There's more that way, and I'll point over in Soleil's direction.
I'm gonna flip it over in
Just
Slay's
throw
direction.
them there.
Whatever organ's
He's
on
like-
there,
he's like,
sling it off my dagger.
Fat way, and Soleil sees a spleen go by. What the hell?
So he starts heading wherever the point is. Does Pinch see anything?
Not yet.
25. He gets to there. Does he see anything? Oh, hello, Mr. Zombie offhand. Get you right. Let's say clear those targets, and you'll get this short sword offhand.
That's a
Pew,
hit. You come up and Pinch slices his calf open.
That's
Brittle looks down at him a little. He's like, ugh. Rufiel.
Rufiel's going to step up to get a look around the corner, see if he can see them from there. He can, so he is going to target Brittle with a Sacred Flame and try to roast him.
Brittle's like hopping up on one leg because he just got stuck in the calf. So he's not very dexterous as he gets his little hat. He has like a little remnants of a hat, and he like catch his head on fire and the hat starts smoldering. Remnants. Radiant damage can cause fire.
This little nightlight comes running up and slashes into it. And I use the distraction to slam my sword across him.
I don't know what that sound effect is, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I had to stop it though.
And I'm following the footsteps of my little brother, rolling minimum damage.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Tradition.
So Brittle looks down and looks up over Pinch's head and takes a step this direction and steps over here. So he's going to provoke an attack of opportunity. But as he's moving, he's going to take a swipe at Pinch. But he's going towards the radiant damage. So all this is happening at the same time. Yeah, so Pinch... So he takes a swipe. Pinch kind of rolls under the attack. And as he kind of steps out of Soleil's threatened square, Soleil spins around with his greatsword and like chops his head off, and it goes and lands at Pinch's feet.
Striker! Boom! Pinch kicks the head across the room.
Jingling's going to look at straight mutton chops and cast a little bit of chill touch his way.
That's a
Oh
hit.
yeah.
A little frosty beard comes on his face, and you see him. He's like,
Gotcha.
and then he pops back
Hey, that
up,
one
and he's
resisted death.
like,
You know,
ha ha. Doon, doo, doo, doo. And he breaks his beard off and starts eating it like a popsicle.
So he can't regain hit points, and he's got disadvantage on his attacks against me.
Oh, he can't regain hit points. So,
Yeah, until for this round.
so if he gets
So does that mean he can't
killed,
regenerate?
well, does that mean he's killed this round or next round? He can't regenerate.
Let me see. This is what it said.
I don't think it would apply to Undead Fortitude. Because it's
If
not
you
a
go
matter
to
of
0, you instead go to if you so yeah, it doesn't apply to Undead Fortitude. I agree. But he looks a little confused as he's licking on the popsicle. Anything else, Shangling?
Nope, that's it. Well, I'm going to move a little closer over here. See if I can't read what's on that sarcophagus.
Oh yeah, when you get over there, give me a perception check at disadvantage. You don't have a light source, so. But it's not a very high DC, so you're probably gonna make it. Let me go find that. Yeah, go ahead and roll that disadvantage perception. Oh yeah. Ooh, well, no. You're like, I can't.
Oh,
You're like squinting. You're like, yeah. You don't think you should have ate all them gummy worms because some reason you got blurry vision right now. You got your blood sugar all out of whack.
I need Pinch's nightlight.
I can't see. So straight mutton chops. This is the one that's got his own arm in his hand, right? And he's like swinging it like a club. So he's gonna like step up, swinging this club wildly, and I'm gonna roll a d6 to see who he actually hits with it. So it is Pinch. He's like, he kind of tries to step and his leg collapses, and he spins around and he just swings this his own arm at Pinch, and oh shit!
What the hell?
Pinch is like he like turns and he kicks his head, and as he does, he kind of loses his balance a little bit because he throws his arms up, and this zombie goes smack, and it's Pinch right in the nose again.
Not the nose.
It's for
It'd be more like not the nose.
for another 2 points of damage, and the nose goes and breaks back straight.
It's extra painful.
And Pinch is like, yeah. His eyes are watering. Lumina.
All right. Lumina's going to move up here so he can get a clean shot and puts away his short sword and takes a shot at this guy.
He's barely standing. He's got like barely on one leg. He's holding his own arm, and you like shoot him right in the freaking throat. he like twists around and pulls the arrow out, and it's got like a piece of his larynx stuck to it. He's holding the arm and this arrow with his larynx stuck to it as he stands back up. Bench.
I don't see anybody standing up, right?
Oh, I thought he then he goes, and then he falls over dead.
Do I hear any combat anywhere? Pinch is on a hunt.
No, all you hear is like what sounds like a cantaloupe hit the other far wall, like as a zombie head finally lands somewhere in the darkness.
And then it grows silent, huh?
And then it gets a little. Well, you can
alright,
hear your
Pinch
friends
just
start to
starts-
talk.
Pinch just starts working the.
Let me hold on. Let me fix this up. And
Jingling's
going
gonna say,
I'm just gonna unlock your tokens here
Go.
and take you out of initiative.
Jingling's gonna yell, Marco.
You guys had
Hold
a
Okay, now
Okay.
Pinch can't see anybody.
All right, so you guys move over and examine the sarcophagus over here. The
I'll cast light
sarcophagus.
very clearly.
Oh, you're gonna cast light? No, Pinch is
There
gonna
you
like that.
are. Dang it.
The it's a magnificent stone sarcophagus. There's an image of a noble human knight with a long white beard on it. There's an inscription carved across the front of the sarcophagus, and it reads, "Here lies Samular Caradune, defender of the North." But you can clearly see that the sarcophagus has been recently manipulated, opened. Like, the little chip marks and fingerprints and smudges all over it.
Is it? That's Lich, isn't it? Camel or Simadu or whatever his name.
No, I thought
Is
it
he-
was Renwick or something.
Yeah,
Okay, so but
the Lich's name is Renwick Caradune.
Caradune. Okay, so it's the Caradune name. But I thought so. There was another knight named Caradune buried at the
Summit Hall.
yeah
Samuel Caradune, to be precise, yes. So there's a crypt here that says he's buried here, and then there was one at Summit Hall that says he was buried there. But this one appears to have been opened.
I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Yeah,
so
It's like,
thanks, man. Nice.
So, why don't you go open that creepy coffin?
Rufiel, the
I know
ones that you're
there's-
looking at are now there are niches in the walls too that have skeletons with their scraps of burial cloth still clinging to them. But these other sarcophagus look like they're, not like named so much.
I'll search roughly through them while everyone else is looking at the
I mean,
inscription.
they're sarcophaguses though, so they have like a lid on them. So I mean, the niches you could search through, just looking through the bones and the cloth, shining your light in there and stuff. But if you want to get into the sarcophagus, you're gonna have to like open the lids on them.
So none of the zombies came from the sarcophagi?
The zombies were like on top of the sarcophagi or like next to them.
I'll look through
Pinch
the
gonna open that thing?
The zombies
He's
don't appear to
doing a halfling
be
G.
like they're like random people zombies. They're not like monk-looking dudes or dwarfs. You don't think the zombies belong. They're out of place. What'd you say
Pinch jumps
you're
back.
I'll search the
Medicare?
niches. You said there was niches.
Yeah, there's niches up that are almost just bones and bits and pieces of their burial cloths are here. So they've been here a long time.
What's this? This is special here. Pinch has got to find out what's in this. Hey,
Yeah, I mean, Pinch,
come here,
you can
Jangling.
as Rufiel goes by with a light, you can clearly see that the lid has been opened recently on this thing.
So is it easy for Pinch to open? I mean, I still imagine it's a heavy stone.
Yeah, it's.
lid.
I mean, you're probably. I mean, at least gonna need help. I mean, unless you just want to break it open or something. You
Well,
bust
Pinch
it
doesn't
up.
want to have to move it at all. He wants these big guys to come over. Soleil!
You think you can
Pinch,
maybe
you
get
think
your
this is a good idea?
Pinch probably has a crowbar. He thinks a crowbar might be helpful.
Oh, okay. So he gets his crowbar out. I just imagine like a, 500-pound stone block or something. So yeah, I'll get a crowbar out. Does that give me advantage
It
on a
does.
strength check?
It gives whoever's using the crowbar advantage.
Pinch tries with his strength
I
check.
mean,
It'd be about
so
the
Pinch
same
like
thing.
reaches up as high as he can and he wedges it into the sarcophagus lid, and then he like puts his feet up onto the sarcophagus and he pulls down. So if you, oh, you made it a 10. Let's see.
I can't imagine. Well, it has been over.
It does. Actually, a DC 10 is exactly what you need to open it.
No shit.
Yeah. So it just kind of, you know how if you get two pieces of stone and you get some air under it, it makes it a little frictiony and move a little easier. So Pinch just like pries it and you can hear air get caught under the two pieces of stone, and then your weight pushes the lid sideways. It just kind of slides a little and then stops only like a quarter open, and it doesn't fall off or anything. It just kind of grinds to a halt as the lid gets into the open cavity. But Pinch is too short to see up in there.
So can I climb like up onto the side of it, stick my dagger down in there, the reser,
Oh
the
hell,
tip.
come here, Pinch. I'll boost you up.
So
Here.
Jangling like grabs you and scoops you up and moves over to it because he's a foot taller, and and he peeks over
The
into
two
it
of us together
and
will
kind
do
of
it.
lifts you up, and you guys both look in there, and you see the first thing you see is a breastplate on a like a wrapped up body. You can tell it's a body. It's a big human looking person, but the first thing you see is a breastplate that has the symbol of Tyr on the front of it. Let's see if we got a symbol of Tyr here. Real quick, let's see. TYR? Yeah, here's a symbol of Tyr. Yeah, so here's the breastplate that you guys see. It's got the hammer with the scales on the top. The symbol of Tyr there. And the... Yeah, so it looks like a knight. Definitely looks like a knight in here, but the symbol of Tyr seems odd.
I don't know that Pinch knows anything about Tyr. I'll give you a religion
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
roll.
Is he trained in religion?
No,
has he
he's
taken
not.
any? Has he taken any
No.
online classes in
No,
religion?
no online classes at Western
Well, let's see.
Governors
Just
University.
roll a religion, and let's see. Or does
Jangling's from
Jangling?
the College of Lore.
Yeah, why
Let's
don't you
let
roll that
Jangling
religion,
figure
Jangling?
it out. Yeah.
Pinch is like,
Know some little something about everything.
It's two scales. I remember seeing it somewhere.
I kind of skipped heraldry class.
Did you roll it? Did I miss it?
I did not roll it.
No. Religion.
Would you want me to roll?
Religion.
Religion.
Is he trained in religion?
Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion.
Half proficiency.
Oh, a half proficiency. Well, that kind of sort of counts. A 15. Jangling's like, that is. I don't know how Jangling talks. That's Tyr, the god of justice.
Well,
What's he doing in a place like this?
No, it's what are they doing in his place? I think he's been here a lot longer than they have. I'd say. Does it look like he's anything missing?
The body in here definitely does not look like the carved body on the outside. the noble knight
Ah.
with a long beard. You don't think that's the same. The breastplate's different. There's no beard on the body inside.
Well, Pinch, what about the where he was buried in Summit Hall? Like, do you remember any markings from that? Was like tear or anything like that?
I remember we decided not to fuck with it. That's the best pitch could come up with because we didn't stick around. Once we figured out that's where their knights were buried, we were like, okay, we ain't,
Are you guys gonna
Jangling,
like?
one of you guys? Oh, our deceased
Who else is over there looking around?
patron.
Rufiel wouldn't know, but wasn't Tessa's delegation escorting some knight, some body or something?
Yeah, the Mirabar delegation was transporting a knight to Summit Hall, but the body never arrived. They went looking for it. It's missing with Tess and the whole delegation.
So, what if we just pulled down the? I mean, these zombies. This place is very old, so we pull down the bandages around him. How fresh is the flesh?
Way newer than any zombies in here. I mean, like, give me a medicine check. Are you trained in medicine?
Oh, no.
I am. Let me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Half proficiency.
Yeah, so Pinch is like, the flesh is still squishy. And Rufiel, you like, kind of smell it a little and squeeze it in your fingers. And you can tell it's maybe a month, maybe the body's been dead.
So this body don't belong in this sarcophagus.
You think the body's been preserved a little, with some chemicals maybe, but like these bandages are protecting it a little bit. But even so, that might have
not going to work.
A week, so a month to 5
been
weeks
longer than
maybe.
Healing
About
word.
the time you would consider that the night that the missing delegation was transporting was killed. So that you could determine by looking at this body. This very well could be that body.
Can you guys stuff them in your bag of holding?
In pieces.
If he can fit through the hole.
He's a big knight. He's got a big breastplate on it.
To chop him up.
All we need is head, right?
I mean, if you look at the flesh, it does look like it's been pretty much chopped into. Like you can tell it's been damaged by like heavy cleaving weapons.
Put them into nice little chunks. And
you guys remember that the knight that they were transporting was killed by orcs up in the ice, up in the spine of the world, fighting orcs. I think this Princes of the Apocalypse takes place during that orc. The whole orc tribe thing that was going on up north, a while ago. Drizzt had some stuff to do with it.
Yeah, one orc declared himself king or something, began with a G.
Yeah. I didn't really read that one. It was boring. I started reading it. I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
Early morning, you're not leaving. You're our only visitor. You can't leave. No, there's other people out there. So yeah, you this guy could very well be the missing delegation knight. But you can't fit him in your bag of holding.
Yeah, we can't take him with us.
I mean, you could certainly, strap him to a board and a couple of poles and lug him
carve
with you.
his face off and then roll it up, and we can just unroll it when we get there.
He's holding his dagger out. He's like pointing it at his face and shining it around. We can carve his face off.
Well, let's see what else we find down here, and if this gives us a hint that we're in the right place.
So no carving right now? No? Okay.
We'll delay that for a few minutes.
Pinch hops off the sarcophagus and down onto the ground now.
I'm going to use a healer's kit on Pinch.
I'm good. I'm good.
He's only down
Really?
1 hit point.
Pinch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Soleil's down 15. Oh, he's already
I-
had one used.
I'll
He's
do it
already-
on Jang. Then.
So I'm going to drop a couple of drops of
Yeah, there you go.
holy water onto this thing's face.
The sarcophagus, the body in the sarcophagus. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
So you can see that the holy water kind of cleans a little bit of the caked blood on, makes like little tear streaks down his face, but doesn't appear to do anything damaging to it. So you don't. I mean, that's a good way to see. Are you undead and you're just sleeping here? Drip, drip, drip.
Don't they
Yeah.
bury these guys with
That's a
their
pretty good
great
idea,
weapons?
actually. Or you can just try to target it. You can just try to target it.
So
What'd you
now,
say,
and then I'm
Barbania?
going to.
I said, don't they bury these guys with their great weapons? I see
Yeah,
nothing.
this guy
just a
might have a
breastplate.
weapon. I kind of imagining a two-handed sword tucked in there.
I'm
It's
just
all beat
wondering
up
if something is. I mean, somebody's been in here. So did they open it, put the guy in it, or or why did they do that? Did they take something away from the dude?
Give me an investigation, Pinch, since you're so curious about all this. He's like wandering around in the
says no.
sarcophagus.
I'm going to
Say,
use
"What's
my
that?"
inspiration point
Pinch kind
and
of like
roll at advantage.
squats down inside the sarcophagus and takes his dagger with him, and he's like, He's like, there's something going on in here, and I can. This body is.
Bathroom Pinch.
He's like,
Well,
this body was recently placed in here. The whole sarcophagus is brand new. It's nice and clean. And then there's this dirty body I can see they smudged the walls as they put it in here. I can see it. He kind of pops his head back out.
You might see
Well-
something different if we close the lid on top of you while you're in there.
He's like, I've lived in smaller places before. He looks around. I can live in here. You take the body out?
No.
I don't want to have to eat him, he says. He's kind of smelly.
well, this supposed guy's brother is upstairs, right? I mean, is he aware of what they're doing?
Or did he do it?
Yeah, maybe he did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach
yeah.
out with my magic awareness and see if there's any magic within 60 feet of me.
60 feet of you? Yeah. What? You have magic awareness, really?
Well, maybe he's the one that had the
Nice.
convoy ambushed to bring the body to him.
A presence of concentrated magic. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any spell or magical item with 60 feet that isn't behind total cover. Oh, that's where you get screwed. Behind total cover? So there's no magical shit just laying around in the open.
Kick all the doors open quick.
But there's 800 magical inside of all these sarcophaguses, and you wouldn't know it because it's behind total cover. Damn
Correct. But I am looking in this one with the Knight of Tyr.
it. I would say that this guy's breastplate does glow magical. His sword does not, and it looks like it wouldn't be magical. It's a well-used sword. Nicks and gouges all in it.
Well, I say we put
I'm
the
not
lid
up.
back on, and then we can at least report back, and someone can come get him if they need to once we're done here.
Should we find out what the relationship was between the Lich and his brother before we go confront the Lich about?
Shall we
his
go
brother?
talk to the Lich again? That's the real question here, boys.
I don't think anyone's ever said that in D&D before. Can we I want to go talk to the Lich again.
Right?
I could make myself look like his brother and go talk to him.
Oh, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, you do that. We're gonna wait outside.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke? Use the Force.
You need the breastplate though, to do
Renwick.
that, don't you?
This is your brother Samuel. Ooh.
Moo.
So
There is a
Slay's gonna put
door
the
right
lid back
here.
on
I
it.
just point out if you haven't noticed. There's
Yeah, I was
a
gonna say,
door.
let's
There's one over
check
here
out this
too.
door.
There's one over here too. There's a door.
So I'm putting the lid back on it and making it as secure as I can.
Yeah. So you like kind of line it up, and the lid's twist. The lid actually kind of twists kind of easily. Only a DC 10 to twist it. If you wanted to take it off, it's much harder. But just twisting it around is kind of easy, especially if you're only just twisting it to get it open. So no problem. You
Just
can get it twisted, closed
tighter.
back up, and Pinch comes over and checks out this door. The door does not look like it's been recently used.
I'm gonna stick a copper piece underneath the lid and the sarcophagus itself. So if they move it, it'll at least scrape the copper piece. Should be able to tell if they move it.
Yeah, so you get like a really dirty and rusty copper, copper piece that's going to make a nice little mark, and you like wedge it in there, like right where it twists in the back. And you do it in the back, so just in case they don't notice it fall behind, you get your copper piece back. It's a plan. He's like, yeah, I want it back. It's my lucky copper piece. Pinch, you move over to this door, and you can tell it hasn't been opened in a while, and you just open it.
Yeah, I figured that you'd had it locked if it wouldn't open, so I clicked it and it opened. And I stepped
Yeah, the
inside.
default parameters in mapping is the doors are not ever defaultly locked. The DM actually has
Oh.
to go through and lock them. Even the author, I don't know, will lock them. So, just kind of weird. If the door is locked, it should be locked.
Well,
But,
is the door locked? I'll go do the skill checks and shit.
I would say that this door is not locked, but it probably is a little stuck. You think? You're like, it's not locked, but
Need
it
some
feels
muscle
like you're gonna
here.
feel like you're gonna have to like give it a tug.
Crowbar. You guys just love to see me roll it.
You do have your crowbar still in your hand, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. So I put my short sword away, obviously, and probably my dagger too to handle a crowbar with two hands. And so I'll roll an advantage again and roll an athletics check.
Yeah.
I can give you guidance.
He doesn't need guidance because he is the man. As he pries open this door, it's only a DC 10. It's just a little stuck. You're like, The door pops open, and you look up into the darkness. Oh, we do have a light source back. 5, 10, 15, 20. What is a standard light? Yeah, so it's dark up in there. It's dark up in there.
Okay, so Pinch steps in with his dagger out.
All right, so the stairs lead up to like a half landing, and then they go straight up again. So they're just like, one
Are we done
long
down here?
run with a landing. And at the top, you can see another door up there.
I didn't think so.
That's the stairs back up.
Check out that other door.
Yeah.
What
And
other
we still
door?
have
Pinch case he shit.
the
over here.
passageways outside the orc room, and then the other side of the orc room too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me listen. Okay, everybody, shh, just a second. Shh. Did somebody just break wind?
So
Sorry. I look at Soleil.
you don't hear anything weird or anything. Sounds like a.
I try the door.
Sounds like
locked?
a door.
You know what? Let me look around here for traps first. I'll do a little this.
Just open it.
I will it. Oh yeah, I can't roll a one. Oh, cool. I like that.
I don't know. It doesn't have any explanation of this little hallway, so I'm just gonna say it's a little hallway. So when you open the door,
Pinch
you
gets
can
out his
see.
microglass.
a 20-foot wide hallway and then a door on the far end.
I can't see
And
that
obviously
yet.
it's not trapped because it doesn't say anything about it. The team gave you a fast forward button. So you see another
Walking a
door on the
mile.
other
Oh,
side.
there's a door.
And let's see.
Not so good. I take another one.
You don't hear anything. Oh, yeah, investigation. What?
Yep,
oh,
looking for traps. Yep, around the door and stuff. I probably should have rolled that in the tower.
Yeah, no, the
I think that'd be a roll
yeah,
you'd want in the tower.
Yeah, the checking for traps, what you would.
Yeah.
But you don't find any traps on the door.
Okay, yeah, I'll see if it's unlocked before I click on it. Is it
Yeah, the
unlocked?
door. This door doesn't look like it's been used much either.
Okay. I got it. In
But
my
it
hand.
doesn't appear to be locked. You think it might be swelled up a little. So you like.
Yep. I can do it.
He's like,
little help.
And he pulls on, and you hear the door go a little bit. And it kind of echoes through the hallway a little bit, and Pinch kind of freezes. He's like, "Uh-oh, that was loud."
Here, somebody, Slate, here, pry on this bar.
The DC's
So I'll
only
move up,
7 on the door.
kick the door.
Slay's like,
I was bound to fail.
Blah! And I think that's going to actually bring us to initiative. Hold on a second.
Oh.
So they did it again.
Kick the door.
Actually, I don't think that does bring us to initiative. Let me read this real quick.
The door's a mimic.
The door attacks Soleil, breaks his leg.
Bites his leg.
Well, I don't think that was that loud. Kicking the door open that's already kind of been cracked a little by the halfling. So the door kind of like kicks open. It makes a squeaky noise, and it opens into a larger cavern. The floor of this large chamber consists of loose, like red dirt, like Georgia dirt, but a little redder. A column of natural stone stands near the middle of the room. So that's the column there in the middle of the room. And a row of sturdy iron bars with a sliding cage door, which is currently shut, on the other side of the room. So at the edge of your vision, you can make out like a cage across the room. And then on the south end of the room, you can vaguely make out stairs that go up into an area that's lit way up under there. You can see some Soleil. As you look up there, you can make out light at the top of the stairs way up there. There's a door of iron plate stands in the western wall behind the iron bars. So back here, if you got closer, you will see a door. When you get closer, you will see a door. And there's something moving around in this space over here, like in the corner. You could see a large thing kind of shifting around over there, making some kind of clacking noise. Like
Clacker.
So I still have my bow, so I'm going to move up a little bit.
So when
When
Rufiel comes in with a light, it like illuminates the room, and you can see the thing in the corner is kind of got its back towards you a little bit, but as Rufiel comes in and you guys start moving around, it turns and looks in your direction, and it looks like a who's got nature? Anybody trained in nature?
I
I'm
am
a city boy.
Slayers.
Slayas, give me a nature check. See if you can determine what this creature is. I'll give you guys an image here in just a second.
I got half proficiency again.
Jack
A
of all
15.
trades.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you can. Well, he got it, so he can tell you. He knows what it is. Let's see if Sven
Ooh.
knows what it is. What is it, Sven?
An Umber Oak.
That indeed is what it is. So it kind of shifts and turns, and Soleil, the light shines on it, and Soleil recognizes it immediately. And with a 15, he knows that an Umberhulk has a gaze attack that confuses you, and you act all weird. And he knows that they're pretty much, non-aggressive for the most part, unless they're provoked or hungry.
Hey, Lumina, as you go, if you stare at these things without backing down, don't show fear, then that works. They will cower and back down.
Tells the whole
Stare him
party that.
down.
Yeah.
Everybody give me an insight check at disadvantage, because that was pretty good. That was pretty good. If anyone can tell he's lying to you. Do you really say that?
Yes.
Oh, I absolutely believe
All right,
him.
give me your persuasion. Is that what, or you just definitely
Deception.
deception here, right? Yeah, they all know. They all know.
Smell like bullshit
all
to
know.
me.
Look, I know Dad told us some bullshit, but you just don't have the same knack that he did.
Yeah.
call
These
BS.
Umber Oak guys, these things will, if you leave it alone, it'll leave you alone usually. But there's a door on the other side of it, so I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it. Maybe we can come back if these stairs don't lead us to the other side.
Well,
Let's
And
show him the sign.
you could go down that might lead there as well.
Maybe he'll let us through too.
No, you're doing it wrong.
I mean, you guys are like all the way across the room trying to give this thing a sign. It's not even really paying attention to you. It's just like, it's looks like it's shuffling around a little.
what
It's
is on
not.
this slab thing?
It's just a. It's just a. It's just a big stone. It's just a big rock. It says it's a column of natural stone stands near the middle of the room.
I'm gonna take out some
Oh,
rations.
so you guys get over there a little closer to this thing. When you
Oh, wait a minute.
when you start to approach the cage, it does like shift and kind of, you see it like turn its head and kind of focus, cocking its head a little, like it's listening, and it starts to move towards you guys. And he stands fully up. He's like 11 feet tall. He's got these huge mandibles, and he's like, as he comes towards you, and you guys both can clearly see that his like big bug eyes, they're like just hollow, empty holes where his eyes would be.
Why would
Give him
somebody
some
want
food,
his
Pinch.
eyes?
So
And you don't have to roll on the confusion chart.
Cool. So
As
yeah,
you look at his eyes, but they're missing.
let me
If
let
that
me take
gives you
some
a hint.
rations out here. Where's my consumables? I'm gonna throw a couple rations in there.
Rations for the Umber Hulk, huh?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna start looking at this lock and see if I can if it's pickable, or if there's a lock on it. I think there'd
What
have to be.
this thing be?
Well, if
You
it
can
doesn't
tell that
bother
this
people,
Pinch. You can tell that this gate is activated remotely. You can open the gate. You can tell that there's a release mechanism within the gate that would open the gate would just open. So and you can
okay.
kind of follow it that it runs.
Yeah, let me give you this.
It runs up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
All right.
upstairs.
Oh, with a 19, you actually think that you could trigger the mechanism from down here, but it would move the activating device on
lever,
the
wherever
far
it's
end.
at above us.
Yeah, if it's most likely a lever, you think.
Was
So
there
you
not a
think
lever on the wall up there?
you don't
Or-
remember seeing a lever?
Or was that our Saturday night game? I don't. I'm confused.
Saturday night game. I don't even remember where you guys are at. Oh, you're in the. No, I don't think there's a lever there either. You just streamed it.
There was a lever on the wall, and
There is. This character has not seen a lever in here yet.
So I look around. Do I see a lever on the wall?
You do not. Jangling,
How
you're
about
looking up the stairs. Let me check something. If you can see up those stairs.
Yeah, you said there was some light coming from up there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to be sneaky on the stairs.
Well, I gotta just get to the top map. Let's see. You can see like two columns of natural rock. They're like 20 feet in diameter, but they're like natural rock. And they kind of go up to hold the ceiling because you're looking up like towards the ceiling as you look up the stairs. And you can see the room's lit, and it's definitely looking at the ceiling and stuff is that nice carved stonework again. But you don't see any people moving around. Give me a perception check. Hearing. Yeah, 15 is enough to make out that there's voices in common. People talking. The conversation is faint, but it just sounds like they're just having a normal conversation. There's no like yelling or arguing or anything going on. You don't think they've heard you yet down here,
Yeah, so I'm gonna like give everybody the wave and
or seen you.
try to get everybody's attention. Tell them shh and point.
okay, we'll leave the beast alone then. You're gonna point up here up these stairs.
Yeah, people. There's
explore
people up
further
there.
down here before we go up?
Okay.
Can I make out what they're saying?
You would have to go to the top of the stairs, you think.
All right, I'll sneak a little higher.
Give me a stealth check. Soleil, you're going up there with him?
Yes. I'm gonna switch out my bow with my sword.
Hold on 1 second.
Why is he pulling his bow out? Damn it.
No, I'm putting my bow away, pulling out my sword.
Oh. then he obviously sees something.
So when you guys get
Maybe.
to the top of the stairs, on either side of the stairwell, these stairs are like, when you get to the top, are like 40 feet wide. These stairs are. So you're kind of coming into a kind of a grand area, and there's 4 stone columns that go up to the ceiling, the high ceiling, about 30 feet up, that are 25 feet in diameter, natural stone. On both sides of the room there are doors, to the left and right as you come up the stairs. And then immediately as you peek up the top of the stairs, right, and you look out, immediately down about 60, 80 feet, there's some sconces hanging on the wall, and there's a set of double doors. And as you come up the stairs, the voices you hear are behind you. And you turn around and look, and as you look up, there's an altar. And there's 3 people kind of standing around the altar, and they're talking, and one of them glances towards you guys. And what did you guys roll on your stealth checks? So you guys kind of like drop back a couple of steps out of sight again, as that guy started to look in your direction, and you're pretty sure, because the conversation continues, that they didn't see you. And they're talking about, what would these guys be talking about? Just monkly things. They're talking about,
Monthly things.
ooh, this guy actually says that they're gonna cut back on the rations being fed to the slaves, to the captured slaves is the way he puts it. Captured slaves are gonna have their rations cut again.
I'm going to motion back 3, indicate 3, and then point up and back. Are they within range to where if I move, can I move in one? No, are they within 30 feet? Once I enter the room, once I enter their site?
You would have to, unless you could climb and jump up, you would have to move around those 2 big columns. So you'd be like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Like 50 or 60 feet to get to one of those guys, because you kind of have to run up and around. Unless there's somehow you could go straight up. If you were line of sight to them, the top of the stairs, you're only like 30 feet away.
All right, so I'll switch back with my bow again.
Yeah, bow definitely would be better. But as you guys are kind of getting a little organized and moving around, everybody give me a stealth check. I just want to see how quietly you guys are gonna do this. Let me put Soleil. I'm gonna put you over here on this map, and then who's with you? Jangling. Just can kind of see. Oh, let's see what it looks like with the. With the lighting and stuff. You guys already have that map, but I'm just pushing it to you again. And let's put these guys on the map.
So I'm going to do my count again. 1, 2, and then I go on 2.
But before,
Fingerling's just gonna look around. What the fuck?
Before the combat starts, you know, there's a moment of conversation that you're hearing, and you hear the name. Hold on, I closed the thing. You hear the name Helen Raw a couple of times. Like they're talking about somebody named Helen Raw. Corbo is the guy that's talking because one of them addresses him as Corbo, and he says, "Sometimes I don't always agree with Helen Raw's decisions around here, but she is in charge." So that kind of conversation. As we're going to do initiative.
Helen back.
Let
Raw.
me... Helen.
Must have been the
Raw.
bitch that answered the door.
No, you can't come in. You got to come back on initiate day.
All right, so Corbo looks like let's see if there's some details on him. You definitely seen a guy dressed like this before. Matter of fact, I don't know if somebody has that spear. Somebody may have a spear floating around. Kind of like
Somebody
that.
did.
Dude that looked like that in the quarry.
Yes.
Yeah, I changed to look like him when we killed him.
This is the guy that convinced many of the members of Red Larch to start worshiping the earth, and also convinced them to murder 3 people that you guys discovered the bodies of.
Yeah.
And you are carrying the dagger that murdered those 3 people. FYI.
It's mine now.
Yeah.
I scratched the serial numbers off of it.
Razor or something was its name.
Rezer.
Yeah.
R-E-Z-E-R, something like that.
And the other 2 guys look like wow, these guys might actually have some kind of armor on. Yeah, those guys are wearing plate mail. Those 2 next to him, and they're wielding morning stars. So they don't. These guys don't look like the monks that you have been fighting. They definitely look armored and stuff. And then well, that works out perfect. Soleil, you always end up getting initiative when you start initiative in the first time. So you can pop up, and you want to shoot one of these guys. Who you thinking? What you thinking?
So I'm going to move up, and as soon as I see Corbo and how he's dressed, I'm going to go into a rage.
So you come up and you're like, you look at him, and he's like, and he turns it, and he kind of jumps a little, like he's a little startled as he hears you get angry. He's like, oh, look, and you turn, and is that a flump? What happens?
It's a flump.
Another
Yes, a
flump.
little flump appears between the 2 of them.
Let me grab the floomph token.
Nothing says rage like a flump.
The floomph, if I could spell it. Flu? No. How do you spell flumph? Flump.
So as they're looking at this flump explode, I'm going to shoot him in the face with my longbow.
Pew pew.
And then I'm going to move over, drop the bow, and pull out my sword as I move over here. Whoa, I don't know why I jumped.
I threw a token on the screen, so maybe. There?
So my bow is right there at
Oh,
the
wait.
top of the stairs. And
Unlock the grid on these. And Rufiel, you're coming up the stairs. What you do it?
I'm gonna come up the stairs, and as soon as I can get one of them in sight, I am going to cast a cantrip on them.
So it 15 feet to get to where you're at on the map.
Okay. And where's Corbo?
He's
There
this
he.
guy here.
All right, I had to get up a little bit more, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna target Corbo.
Oh wait,
And
there. They got the altar as terrain. You know, like he's like
yeah,
6 feet tall. The thing's not that tall, so you can see him over there.
I'll finish my move out by just moving back a little bit. Um,
He's like covered in flump goop. He's like, "Ugh." Right? Did
I
he
am going
fail?
to use Mind Sliver on him, and
Mind sliver.
yeah, he fails. Very good. He'll take a little bit of psychic damage, and he also has some negatives on any saving throws that he might need to make.
So this guy sees that you guys are blasting and stuff, and he's gonna dash in his plate mail as far as he can get. Comes running this direction. Oops.
do they also have spears?
No, they do not. They have morning stars only. And runs right up to Mr. Bowboy, wielding this morning star. What's this thing do? Oh, okay, so these guys have a thing called unyielding. So if you want to try to move them, knock them prone, or both, let me know because they have a reaction to that. If you guys end up trying any of that, I'm not trying to give you guys a hint. That's a player knowledge thing, not a character knowledge thing. Helping the DM out. That was guilt-ridden frown. He had to use his dash action to get there. Corbo is gonna. That's actually a glaive, considered a glaive that he's wielding. So that may be where somebody has a glaive from. And he's going to see. Can he see? I guess he can step back over here. So he steps. 10, 15, 20, and he moves over here and he pulls a lever. You guys hear down below, tink, 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 clink, 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 clunk. As the gate down below opens, and Pinch and Illumina easily can hear that.
Good thing we gave him rations to keep him busy.
Yeah. And you can hear immediately start to move towards the open gates. And that was an action to pull the lever, and he moved his full thing. No bonus action, so he's done. Jangling.
All right, Jangling's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there.
I think we're gonna have a combat across 2 maps. Okay, Jangling moves to there.
And then he's going to where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Eldritch Blast Corbo.
Oh, that's a hit at Corbo.
Oh, roll. And then that's then he's gonna bonus action Bardic Inspiration for Rufiel.
Yeah, so Corbo has like a robe on, but underneath, now that you guys have hit him a couple times, you can tell he's wearing splint mail underneath of it. So that's why he's got a decent armor class.
That's the end of Jangling's turn after the
Who'd
bonus
you-
action.
Oh, you gave it to Rufiel, Bardic Inspiration? Nice.
Yep. He can
Uh,
use it on spell damage.
On attack roll, not damage roll.
Oh, he's a
No, you can use it on damage
lore
roll.
bard. He's a lore bard.
Yep, magical inspiration.
Sweet. Okay.
Can I see anything up these stairs? Like from here? Can I
You
see
can
any of them?
see a yeah, let me well yeah, you can see that one of the guys in plate mail is about to chop into Rufiel. I mean, you can there's only like 20 feet from you, like up the stairs.
Right. All right. Well, if I can see that guy, I'll just go ahead and hunters mark him and take a shot at him.
All right, there you go.
Ah, there we go. Yeah. I will shoot that guy definitely.
You also see Soleil's bow precariously perched right on the edge of the step there.
And you can hear him running around. You're gonna die! I'm gonna stick your head in my head. You know, he's mad.
I'm gonna rip your head off and shit down your neck.
I just kind of imagine that he gets the things wrong backwards, and he gets so frustrated with it. I'm gonna neck your shit down my head. You know, something all screwed up. Lumina, what are you doing? You're piercing this guy.
I am. I hit him, and so
He comes
my
running
bolt-
around, and an arrow flies up out of the tunnel, whap, right through his side of his breastplate. He's like, ugh. You can hear him wheezing. He's
Yeah, and as he's trying to gain his breath, all these birds come flying out and they're pecking at him too, and he's trying to swat them away. And that's it.
Well, let's see. Pinch. You hear
So,
moving closer towards you.
for clarification, there's light coming from up above on these stairs, right?
Yeah, you
right.
can see
I want to sneak up and assess the room and see what I can see before I make a decision on. Because right now, I know this Umber Hulk is behind me.
Yeah, you
So
can
I'm
hear him.
looking to-
He's like, and you can
I'm gonna
hear
give you
that it's echoing off of the chamber,
Mhm.
and he's trying to locate sound, and there's a lot of sound coming from your direction. So he's
Right, so-
moved, and he gets to the bottom of the stairs, and he's feeling the stairs. He's like, he sees him stop, and he feels the stairs. He pushes down on the stairs really hard, and then you can see that he's feeling the ledge. And when he kind of pushes on the stairs, you can see the stairs kind of fold a little bit when he does it, like, and you look down and you can tell that these stairs are folding stairs as you glance at
Okay.
them. And then, but he starts to move towards you, and you're just kind of frozen there. The sounds of combat are up ahead of you, and you don't think he can see you.
Yeah, because they
You know what I
plucked
mean?
his eyes out. Right.
Yeah, he doesn't have any eyes, but he's definitely using like some kind of like blind sense or tremor. Maybe it's tremor sense. You're not sure. You're not very naturey.
I don't want to move, and I want him to. So he's at the bottom of the stairs.
Well, that's his turn. So on your turn, you can tell us what you're going to do.
Oh, I thought you
now,
said
now it's your
pinch.
turn.
Okay, now it's my turn. Okay. So
So
he's
go
at the
ahead.
bottom of the stairs. I don't. Again, I want to get away from him. So I've got 25 feet of movement to begin with. I gave you a stealth roll earlier, so whatever that is.
All right, so you wanna see what's going on upstairs? You're thinking about
I
moving
want
up
to,
there? Okay.
like I want to get to the top
Well,
of the stairs and
right-
immediately try to someplace to hide. Is
Right
what
in
I'm
front of you is Lumina, so so you'll have to step next to him, and then let me give you the map real quick. I'll just
I got it right here.
there you go.
I just didn't know that was the map we were on. I had to zoom out and back over. Okay.
Well, your token wasn't on it, so you wouldn't have seen anything.
Right. So I'm gonna say, Lumina, we've got company coming. That thing with no eyes down there that you're not supposed to look at or supposed to look at her. I don't know what the hell. And so how many feet takes me to here?
5 feet.
5.
So yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to then move 10, 15. This is a column of rock, I'm assuming.
Yes, all the way to the ceiling.
All right.
The ceiling's about 30
and
feet up too. It's a big
I want
dome
to kind of hunker down and I want to
20
juke real
feet,
quick
sorry.
behind there and bonus action hide, which I guess you're going to need on your stealth roll.
So you like get your back to the column, and you're like, it's coming, and you tell Sven, who's not really paying a whole lot of attention to you.
Our roll's coming on around. And then I just kind of hunker down right here. And
What do you got for weapons out? How you
Well, when he went up the stairs and taking his bow, I was assuming it was a range thing, so I put my short sword away. I still got my dagger in my hand though. And I don't understand. I didn't get the lay of the because I couldn't see the map. These guys are above us, like way up above us on a ledge. Is
No,
that right?
that's the same level. It's just on the other side.
Okay. Okay. Well, hell. No, I'm gonna keep my dagger in my hand. And I'm gonna pull my short sword.
It's totally lit up here, so you don't have to worry about,
Right, but I did want to take the bonus action to hide right here, so I don't know if I.
Yeah, I've got your stealth. I see your stealth there.
Okay.
So this
I
guy.
think as you say, it's funny you told him about the Umber Hulk, but you didn't tell him about the folding stairs. He's still standing on the stairs.
Who is?
Lumina.
Oh yeah, he didn't say anything to me about the stairs. Yeah, gotcha. So this guy's like pulls his Morning Star out, and he comes charging at Soleil, wielding his Morning Star, and he takes a swipe at Soleil with his Morning Star, and misses. He like hits the column with it, like little pebbles land on the top of Pinch's hat, like. And he spins back around with his Morning Star since he's got 2 attacks with it. Kind of does an uppercut with it at Soleil again. And again, Soleil steps to the side and it scrapes across the floor. Totally missing him. And the top of the round, Pinch, you're like, you catch your breath and you catch your surroundings. And you got your dagger out, and you don't think anyone knows you're here except for Soleil.
Okay, it is the top of the hour, Drake. Do we go on through this, or?
Yeah, this is actually a perfect spot to stop. Thank you. 11
Okay.
o'clock, top of the round.
It
So
gives me a week to think about it.
Yeah, right in the combat. We're gonna start up and maybe a couple more rounds. We'll see. We have a Umber Hulk heading this way, so it could be an interesting combat. We're all on for next week. I should be back pretty much to normal for a little while. Tomorrow I'm off. Thursday I think Marbania's gonna get his table and brush off the 2 or 3 weeks we've been gone from there, and we're gonna play some Deadlands. If you want to catch Marbania and I over there doing some Deadlands stuff, there's his information. And then on Friday, we are doing Jungles of Cholt, I guess. Yeah, I haven't done that one in a little while. Jungles of Cholt at 8 o'clock right here on Drake Takes. Saturday, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. I'll be DMing over on Rob's stream. There's his information. And Sunday we should be back to All Things Fantasy Grounds. Rob should be done with his trip and everything, so that's at 9 over on Rob's channel. And then back here on Tuesday, we'll pick right up here where we left off. So that's it. Is there anybody we have to go raid? There's no have-tos anymore, but anybody? No. No. So we're just going to call it, and we're going to get out of here. So I appreciate you guys all hanging out. All you guys out in Chatland, and we'll catch you guys. We'll catch you on the down low. So take it easy. Say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Drake.
Straight.